Good afternoon. This is All India Radio, and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the midday news. The headlines. Congress JDS combine wins 2 Lok Sabha and 2 Assembly seats in Karnataka. BJP wins Shimoga parliamentary constituency. Fugitive jeweller Mehul Choksi's associate Deepak Kulkarni arrested by the Enforcement Directorate from Kolkata. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman leaves for Arunachal Pradesh to celebrate Diwali with troops deployed in forward posts of Upper Dibang district. US to hold mid-term polls later today to elect members of Congress and dozens of state governors. In sports, Lucknow to host first international match after 24 years as India face West Indies in the second T20 this evening. And shuttler PV Sindhu enters pre-quarterfinals of China Open. In Karnataka, Congress JDS combine has won 2 Lok Sabha and 2 Assembly seats, while BJP bagged Shimoga parliamentary constituency. In Ramanagaram, Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy's wife, Anita Kumaraswamy, has been declared winner with a margin of 109,000 votes. In Jamkhandi, Anand Sidhu Nyamgowda of Congress has been announced the winner with a margin of over 39,000 votes. In Shimoga Lok Sabha seat, B.Y. Raghavendra of BJP has won by a margin of 52,148 votes. V.S. Ugarappa of Congress has won with a margin of over 2,43,000 votes in Ballari Lok Sabha seat. The seat was held by Sriramulu of BJP earlier. In Mandya Lok Sabha seat, Shivaram Gowda of JDS has won by a margin of 3,24,000 votes over his opponent Dr. Siddaramaiah from BJP. The Enforcement Directorate has arrested a person linked to fugitive jeweller Mehul Choksi in connection with the PNB fraud case. Deepak Kulkarni, an associate of Choksi, was arrested by the ED in Kolkata late last night after he landed at the airport from Hong Kong. Kulkarni was the director of Choksi's dummy firm in Hong Kong. A lookout circular was issued against him by ED and CBI earlier. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists were killed in a gunfight with security forces at Safnagri Zainapura in Shopian district. Both the terrorists belong to Hizbul Mujahideen. Talking to AIR, Inspector General of Kashmir Range, SP Parni, said,
शोपियां का जो एनकाउंटर था वो खत्म हो गया है और रात में ही खत्म हो गया था। उसमें 2 दहशतगर्द मारे गए हैं और उनका वाबस्ता हिजबुल मुजाहिदीन तंजीम से था। आर्म्स और एमुनेशन जो है वहां से रिकवर किया गया और इसमें कोई कोलैटरल डैमेज नहीं है।
In Madhya Pradesh, after both the major parties declared their candidates in most of the seats, political battleground is almost ready in the state. Many big names of the BJP and the Congress filed nominations yesterday, while many will file after Diwali. The process of filing nominations started on November 2nd and will continue till November the 9th. Around 394 candidates filed nominations till date. More from our correspondent.
The BJP had announced a list of 194 candidates out of 230 assembly seats. However, it rolled back candidature from Ghatia seats of Ujjain area, and on Monday its nominee Devi Singh Patel from Rajpur Assembly constituency died following a cardiac arrest. While Congress has declared 184 candidates, the name of Congress State Unit Chief Kamal Nath and Poll Campaign Committee in charge Jyotiraditya Scindia are not on the list. Deliberations are still on in both the parties in some high-profile seats including Bhopal and Indore. The polls to the 230-member State Assembly slated for 28th November. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has left for Arunachal Pradesh to celebrate Diwali with Indian troops deployed in the forward posts of Upper Dibang district. An official said Ms. Sitharaman would be briefed about the defence preparedness and infrastructure improvements by the army. In a tweet, the Defence Ministry said she will celebrate Diwali at Dinjan in Assam, Andhra La Omkar and Anini in Arunachal Pradesh. The high-altitude post of Andrala Omkar is 35 to 40 kilometers away from the nearest road ahead. Ms. Sitharaman will also meet and interact with the families of martyrs. She will be handing over paintings of school children to the soldiers. as Diwali gifts. Deepavali is being celebrated in most parts of southern India, including Tamil Nadu, with traditional fervour and gaiety today. In Uttar Pradesh, Grand Diwali festival Deepotsav has begun in Ayodhya. The heritage city is witnessing 15 processions and tableaux about Ramayana. Our correspondent reports that the First Lady of South Korea, Kim Jong-suk, is the chief guest at the event.
A large number of South Koreans trace their ancestry to the legendary Queen Suri Ratna or Queen Ho, who went from Ayodhya to Korea some 2000 years ago. The First Lady of South Korea will pay tribute to her at an old memorial in Ayodhya today. Kim Jong-suk will also lay the foundation stone for the new memorial of Queen Ho. In July this year, India and Korea have signed an agreement for expansion of the Suri Ratna Memorial project. The visit of First Lady of Korea to Ayodhya will strengthen the deep and centuries-old connect with South Korea, apart from promoting tourism in Uttar Pradesh. Kim Jong-suk will leave for Agra tomorrow for a visit to the Taj Mahal before flying back home. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Later in the evening, more than 3 lakh earthen lamps will be lit near the banks of holy Saryu River. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Kedarnath tomorrow on Diwali. He will perform Puja Archana in the shrine. He also will inspect the construction work in Kedarpuri and review the projects which are going on after the disaster in the area. In Sri Lanka, Deepavali is also being celebrated with traditional fervour across the country today. A large number of devotees have been thronging temples in Colombo and other cities since early morning. Special ceremonies will be held in all temples in the evening. The air pollution level in the national capital continues to be severe. According to Central Pollution Control Board, Air Quality Index was recorded at 403 this morning. All construction activities involving excavation have been stopped in the capital till Saturday. An aggressive 10-day-long clean air campaign by the Union Environment Ministry is underway to monitor and report polluting activities and ensure quick action. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website, newsonair.nic.in. In the United States, polling will be held later today to elect members of Congress and dozens of state governors. At stake are 435 seats in the House of Representatives and 35 or 100 seats in the Senate, the two bodies that make up Congress. Governors are also being chosen in 36 out of 50 states. Voter turnout is expected to be high. Many have already cast their ballot. The midterm elections, so-called because they fall halfway through a 4-year presidential term, will decide which party will control the two houses of Congress, which decides federal legislation. Facebook says it has blocked some 30 accounts on its platform and 85 accounts on photo-sharing social network Instagram. The move comes over concerns that the accounts may be linked to foreign entities and aimed at interfering in U.S. midterm elections beginning today. The announcement came in San Francisco shortly after U.S. law enforcement and intelligence agencies said that Americans should be wary of Russian attempts to spread fake news. In Myanmar, the ruling party, led by Aung San Suu Kyi, won just over half the seats in by-elections to fill 13 of the 1,171 seats in national, regional and state parliaments. According to complete preliminary results, Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy, NLD, took 7 of the 13 seats made vacant by death or resignation. The results for Saturday's polls showed the NLD generally retaining support in the country's heartland, but yielding seats to parties representing ethnic minorities in the border areas where they live. In continuing political tug-of-war in Sri Lanka, a minister in the new government of Mahinda Rajapaksa resigned today and rejoined the side of ousted Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Manusha Nanayakara was sworn in as a deputy minister last week after he crossed over from Wickremesinghe's party. In a letter addressed to the president, Nanayakara said he accepts Wickremesinghe as the legitimate prime minister who has majority in the House. Wickremesinghe's United National Party, while announcing the decision, asserted that there are more people in Rajapaksa side who will vote for them when majority is tested in Parliament. Yesterday, President Maithripala Sirisena said that the 113 MP votes needed to show majority for the newly appointed government have been achieved. Meanwhile, US Ambassador to Sri Lanka, A.B. Teplitz, today met Speaker Karu Jayasuriya and discussed the importance of reconvening Parliament to put an end to the political crisis. A Chinese technology startup has begun selling the software that recognizes people by their body shape and how they walk, enabling identification when faces are hidden from cameras. Already used on the streets of Beijing and Shanghai, gait recognition is part of a push to develop artificial intelligence and data-driven surveillance across China. The company's CEO said its system can identify people from up to 50 meters away, even with their backs turned or faces covered. This can fill a gap in facial recognition, which needs close-up, high-resolution views of a person's face to work. Mission Indradhanush aims to cover unvaccinated and partially vaccinated children in both urban and rural areas with low immunization coverage. The purpose is to reduce deaths due to vaccine-preventable diseases. Here is the ground report from our Visakhapatnam correspondent.
The Government of India, in partnership with the World Health Organization, UNICEF and other agencies, is leaving no stone unturned to ensure that no children remain unvaccinated. The mission focuses on interventions to expand full immunization coverage in India from 65% in 2013 to 100% children by 2020. The Department of Medical and Health focuses of intensive efforts to improve the immunization coverage in Andhra Pradesh, especially in North Coastal District. T. Vidyasagar of Pendurthi Mandal is the ecstasy over the efforts of government for providing free immunization for healthy future to children.
I have one child who is 3 years old. The boy was vaccinated under the mission Indradhanush. It is a great program, helps people to have free vaccines against 12 life-threatening diseases. I am happy that kids will be protected and have healthy future and life.
More than 2 crore children and about 67 lakh pregnant women have been vaccinated. India's immunization coverage increased by 6.7% in 2016 per year as against 1% during the period 2009 and 13. Srinivas Mahesh, RAR News, Visakhapatnam.
In business news, the benchmark domestic stocks today logged gains of around 0.5% in afternoon trade amid mixed global share markets. The Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange climbed 208 points to trade above the 35,000 mark at 35,159 in intraday trade a short while ago. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange also surged 53 points to 10,577. The rupee at the Forex market also appreciated 7 paise to 73 rupees and 5 paise against the US dollar in afternoon deals. In cricket, the second T20 international between India and the West Indies will be played in Lucknow today. The match will begin at 7 p.m. Lucknow is hosting an international cricket match after 24 years with the newly built Bharat Ratna Atal Bihari Vajpayee Stadium making its debut. In badminton, ace Indian shuttler P.V. Sindhu today advanced to the pre-quarterfinals of the China Open at Fuzhou. In the opening round, the Rio Olympics silver medalist, seeded third, defeated Russia's E. Kozetskaya in straight games, 21-13, 21-19. Fifth seed Kidambi Srikanth and H.S. Pranoy are yet to begin their campaigns. The women doubles pair of Ashwani Punnappa and N. Sikki Reddy crashed out in the first round yesterday. Rafael Nadal has withdrawn from November's season-ending ATP finals in London due to an ankle injury. The withdrawal of Nadal means Novak Djokovic is guaranteed to end the year at the top of the world rankings. And now, before we close, the headlines once again. Congress-JDS combine wins 2 Lok Sabha and 2 Assembly seats in Karnataka. BJP wins Shimoga parliamentary constituency. Fugitive jeweller Mehul Choksi's associate Deepak Kulkarni arrested by the Enforcement Directorate from Kolkata. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman leaves for Arunachal Pradesh to celebrate Diwali with troops deployed in forward posts of Upper Dibang district. US to hold mid-term polls later today to elect members of Congress and dozens of state governors. In sports, Lucknow to host first international match after 24 years as India face West Indies in the second T20 this evening. And shuttler P.V. Sindhu enters pre-quarterfinals of China Open. And with that, we end the midday news.